I do want to say this. There was a time where I thought Bret Hart really got fucked over by the WWE. And then after looking at it with 20 years to kind of look back, I think the right thing to do was fuck him, take the title off of him, because you can't even run the partial risk of somebody disappearing with their belt to another company. I kind of hate to say it, but, just years later, looking back on it with a cooler head and a little more age on me, Bret Hart was starting to get a little jumpy at that point in his life. I think we all remember seeing him kind of get a little woe is me about shit. Mm-hmm. And, Bret, all Americans usually lose the title in America. It doesn't hurt to have a Canadian lose the title in Canada. Yeah.
My only 2 cents on that is I read Bret Hart's book and I enjoyed it, but it was one of those things where it just it's like you said, it's like, well, for me, it's like, I'm thinking, man, you was there 14 years or 15 years of a good fucking job. You was a champion, you was tag team champions. And I don't want, crush the guy or bury the guy, but I just kept getting the impression, like, when's this going to get better? And when's it stop going to be? I know it's your book, but when's it all about, you and losing the fucking title in Canada, man? I mean, hell, I think what you said is correct. And looking back now, you have to protect your business, and Vince knew what he was protecting, so
yeah,
whatever the fuck it is,
Yeah, and it's not going to be very often you hear me say Vince was correct. Vince McMahon was correct about something. So.
Oh, okay.
I know that's an odd hill to go fight on, but that's the one I picked. Yeah,
no, man, that's cool for me. I'm good with it, man. I just you put it in there in a good spot, I guess, But we're talking about the stable there, and you're talking about one individual in that stable. Look at the run he had with that stable and as an individual. So why bitch, right?
Yeah, exactly. Look, Bret Hart was a great tactician. He was a great psychologist in the ring. He actually wrestled.
Yes.
There's not much to complain about, and I'm not even really complaining. I just understand.
No.
I just understand why, as a business owner, fuck it, I'm not taking the risk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When you look back at it that way, you have to do what's best for your business at that time.
Yeah.
And so, and again, I'm going with the whole pin me, pay me thing. Who gives a fuck if it's your hometown or your home country? And I realize it wasn't his hometown, but it was his home country. But how many fucking Americans lose the title in America, And I love Canadian people. Yeah. They're all pretty damn cool people, actually, So, shout out to you over there in Canada land. I got my first big break up there in the Maritimes. But, man, fuck. You got to get beat. I mean, it's a fucking pin me, pay me, motherfucker. Well, you go.
I want to expand on this a little bit. What's the number one complaint you hear about Shawn Michaels? He didn't want to toss the title to anybody, right? He didn't want to do his job.
Yeah.
Well, so Bret not losing in Canada is basically not wanting to do your job. It's hard for me to bitch about one and not the other. I'm not trying to create a moral equivalency. I'm just trying to say that, look, when I'm